I don't know that we'll play the whole thing, but we'll play enough that
Listen,
you get. This, by the way,
I love the police. My brother's a police officer. I respect.
This is the same police officer you can see in the back, smiling, grinning, like with what they refer to as the fecal eating grin, while Chris is getting verbally abused and then physically assaulted. She was sitting there smirking in the back. Watch this, because it's like we're in a play, and you can't believe the way the actors are, who the actors are.
Law and order.
She's
I respect our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and I'm not trying to be a jerk to you earlier today.
It's the Vancouver police
I don't think
office.
a lot of you understand what I'm actually representing,
right on, mister. Thank you
and
so
the
much
seriousness
for
of this
being
situation. But it is, I guess. This is Canada, and people shouldn't be allowed to assault people without consequence.
I agree, Chris, but the thing is,
But-
when we get into people's faces, when they get into our faces,
When they get into our, when you weren't getting in anybody's face, Chris, we saw the video already. When they get into our faces, let's hear where this goes.
it doesn't really matter who does the first push. It's considered a consensual fight, and maybe that's something we could.
I didn't get into people's faces. I was
Chris,
here
I
for.
saw you
You
get
weren't.
very close to people.
You weren't here.
And
You weren't even here.
I was.
She wasn't here for the first assault.
Yeah, I came over to your car.
Yes, that first time,
After.
but the second time,
The second time, what?
where you were pushed on the ground.
Are you kidding me? I'd been walking away from them.
Yeah, and they surrounded
to do an.
2 times I walked away from them to give the interview. They kept following
I
me.
walked away again to do the interview with
All I'm
him.
saying is at this point, maybe
They
you
surrounded-
should ask your brother what a consensual fight is.
Oh my gosh!
Maybe
This is
you should
unbelievable.
ask your brother what a consensual fight is.
My brother's RCMP.
No, I know, but also, Chris, I'm a lawyer.
I know.
We
I know.
know what a
She's full of
consent. It's the dumbest thing ever, as if to say, first of all, and there's a nuance to this, but even in the context of a consensual fight, there's only so much violence or injury that one can even consent to, after which it's no longer consensual, or you can't consent to that violence.
Yeah.
I don't think standing, even in protest, has ever been regarded as instigation for mutual combat. But this is the Vancouver police. And so meanwhile, we saw the second assault of that day. I didn't know that there was a first one, but we saw the one F you, and then it led to shoves when the person got very much in your face. Some people were pointing out the fact that you put a hand on the chest to create space between this person, and that was the act of aggression.
Oh yeah, so aggressive. I have nowhere to move. He's on top of me. He's hurting my eardrum. Like
it's obvious to anybody. It's obvious to anybody with half a brain and half an ounce of intellectual honesty. What ended up happening as a result of that assault?
Nothing. Sorry to give you a one-word answer. Nothing. They didn't even interview him to get his information. They took down my information.
It's lawlessness, Chris. It's absolute lawlessness.
In front of the police, as they're smiling. Now, there's a still image of her smiling when he's got his hand around my throat. It's not just a still image. As the seconds roll by and I'm falling to the ground, she's still just staring and smiling ear to ear. She went home and someone sent me her Twitter account. She has this Twitter account that she'd started in July of 2022. She had no tweets, but she'd liked 55 different tweets. She went home and liked a tweet of a guy laughing hysterically about the assault. She's not very smart. And she was also liking tweets about the Transgender Day of Visibility. So we've got a trans activist in a police uniform. I was never going to get any justice that day.
Here, let me pull up the video one more time so we can just look at this. Another angle. I'm going to bring it up. It's just we're looking at the blonde police officer in the back.
Yeah.
He's right over
right over his beanie.
The bearded guy's shoulder. Okay.
It's clearly was aggressive violence.
You suck. You suck. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not wanted. Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking.
I don't know
idiot.
what to say.
Fuck
I guess
you.
these police officers
Fuck
are mostly
you
indoctrinated
hate
as well.
Everyone here.
They're afraid of the mob.
Actually, let me stop there because your nose is bleeding now.
I think
on the
that's
bridge.
from the first assault. My nose is bleeding from the first assault. And when this officer got here, so the smiling officer is my investigating officer. Of all the 40 officers that have now showed up at this point, there were none at the beginning. She's the investigator. She was the first on the scene. When she got there, I said, I should be able to walk freely without getting assaulted. And she said, well, And then she insinuated maybe I cut my own nose because people do that.
I can't find that video fast enough, but she suggests, well, some people do that. Where you said, what do you think? I cut my own nose? Says, well, some people do that. Okay, now let's just pay attention to the woman behind the toque.
I think they're afraid that if they do anything to actually keep law and order, that they'll end up being on the end of this verbal abuse. So it's just cowardice from everybody all around.
People probably want to know.
This is mob mentality right now, because you have one person who's clearly unhinged, to say the least, and does it long enough and gets enough people in, then 2 or 3. Now you're hearing 5 people in this unhinged, frothing rage. Something's going to happen, Chris. I don't know what the hell you're doing this.
Yeah.
But
there's a guy just out of screen to my left who's also chanting. And yeah, you'll see. They surround me more, and they actually come around my front.
And I see right now you're gritting your teeth. I can see it in your jaw muscle. Okay, sorry, it's not funny, but it's actually just outrageous.
Oh, how do you keep your composure?
Fuck you! What's that?
How do you keep your
up right there in the back? Look at her looking on and smiling.
composure?
Fuck you! 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 Fuck.
There you go, right there, sitting there. She's loving it.
Yeah,
and it's not McDonald's.
You!
It's not. It was not a still image.
Fuck you!
She's looking at her other cop friends.
So right there, that particular yell, I can feel it vibrating my eardrum, and it hurts a little bit. And hey, he's on top of me. I'm allowed a little space. He's crowding my space. I didn't push him. If I wanted to push him, I would have pushed him. I'm 200 pounds. I didn't push him. I just put a little hand up, which this is a self-defense thing.
Oh, I don't think nobody. This
it's not even an argument. There's no point.
It doesn't need to be. But just look at the cop. Look at the cop.
Fuck you!
He's very happy with what's going on.
Fuck you! Hey!
She's laughing.
Yeah.
She's laughing right now.
Yeah. So I got pulled and I got pushed by the other guy. You can't really tell in the video. He hit me with his left hook. I got a little shiner there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say anything just in case it was your natural skin tone. This is in your right eye, correct?
This is I've got.
I could see it. I didn't want to.
Some of my lights are dying, but yeah, I've got a little shiner there. It's a little tender right there.
I could see it. I think the crowd probably noticed it as well. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just reading some of the chat now in Rumble. She doesn't stop smiling. She's standing back, laughing, unwilling to move in. Where is that? It's in Vancouver. British Columbia people, Canada, the peaceful, loving place with tolerant, polite Canadians. What's it? Well, I mean, geez, Louise. And so they've done nothing. They've done that. Nothing has come of that.
That's right. They wanted me to come in and give a statement, and I talked to a lawyer, and he said, they don't need to. They can send you their questions, or you can just write up a statement. And so I told them I'm following my legal counsel's advice. And the investigator said to me on the phone, there's a much lower likelihood that Crown, so in Canada we have Crown prosecutors, they're called. It's like a state prosecutor. They approve the charges. He said there's less likelihood that Crown will approve a charge if you don't come in and give a videoed statement, which I know is total garbage. We've got everything on camera from multiple angles. That's all they need to see.
You don't need it. The Crown can file the complaint on behalf of the victim, even if the victim doesn't want to come in. It's a basic premise of criminal law. Oftentimes, you don't get the victim who wants to come in. Oh my God!
This is just some monkey business. They're trying to get me to say something that makes it less likely to prosecute or something. I don't know what they're doing. But there's no point.
Something that they can go after you for perjury. I can't.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't.
I don't know. Who knows?
So, have you filed an ethics complaint against this officer or some?
I haven't yet. I'm meeting with a legal counsel tomorrow to do all this stuff, to submit my statement and to file formal complaints through their internal process. And I'm trying to find a lawyer. I've spoken with one. Not so happy with him. It's hard to find a lawyer who wants to sue the VPD. To be honest with you, I'm trying. I might have to do this as a private action, or maybe you want to help me.
Oh, I say luckily I'm not certified in British Columbia because this is like I don't know. I would love the fight. It's just like I don't think.
Yeah, I need someone who wants the fight. Because of course there's things we can find, but not everyone wants the fight.
I think this is a fight which I don't think is won with the administrative state. It's won through social media and public ridicule and public outrage. Who you were on with? You said Gorka today.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if third parties, I'm fairly certain interested third parties can file a complaint. I'm not sure about that. It's not my area of expertise.
He did. He submitted his complaint over the phone live. It's actually a recorded episode, but it's going to air tomorrow night on the Salem News Network. I talked to him for 35 minutes, I think. And he gave the number for all his viewers to call in. So they're getting pressure from all over the world.
No,
I have police officers reaching out to me. I have criminal defense attorneys reaching out to me who can't believe this, even though they'd be representing this guy as a criminal defense attorney. I've never seen a more clear-cut case of assault. But still, police haven't done anything.
Yeah, I say this needs to be massive, put on blast, international mockery. Like, I don't know if you can get on Steven Crowder, if you can get on. You're allowed to travel, correct? Still?
Oh, yeah. All my trips are into the U.S. now.
Get on
I'm
Joe
going
Rogan.
to Scotland next month to meet with some Scottish members of parliament. Actually, I got invited there. No Canadian MPs will talk to me, but the Scottish ones will. I wanted to go there anyway because Scotland's a mess. And for me, this is a worldwide problem and all these kids matter to me. So I'm going to go wherever. But I have support from European MPs, Scottish MPs, Australian MPs, none in Canada.